Hi, pipe smokers. This is Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York, and this is our Two for Tuesday smoke together. Yeah, where I do a little rant. We just talk about life. So grab your pipe. Put this on pause if you don't have your pipe and your tobacco ready. And if you see some flickering, I have the virtual fireplace going here. All right. So you'll hear that crackling and so forth. Yeah. So I've thought a bit about really what I wanted to talk about tonight. I've been growing this goatee, and if you can see, it's all white now. Never used to be. It used to be red, but Lord, well, things change, and it's right at that point where it's about a week old, and I'm about ready to claw my face off. It's so itchy. I'm so half tempted to shave it off, but I'm not going to. Yeah, so for our Tuesday, Two for Tuesday, I've chosen a brand new pipe, and the brand new pipe is the Peterson Tankard pipe, which I just did a review on. And in it, I have some vanilla custard, which actually vanilla custard has sweet, bright Virginia in it, a mellow burley, and soft black Cavendish. I think I pronounced that correctly. So that is pipe number one, and it has a delightful smell. Many of my subscribers have tried it and love it. Yeah, so it's vanilla custard. So that is in pipe rest number one. In pipe rest number two, we have an old pipe. We have a K-Woody Drinkless, which actually the bowl size on this one is fairly large. It's one of my largest K-Woody bowls. And it's a K-Woody Drinkless bowl number 7013, which means that this pipe was made between 1925 and 1938, which makes it potentially close to 100 years old. I did polish her up and everything, and inside of this one, I have what's called butternut burley, which butternut burley has a lot of the similar tones that Lane 1Q has. And when I first started pipe smoking about 2 years ago, I went down, bought a $50 Dr. Grabau, which is right here. That's my first pipe I ever bought, And I bought a 1.5 ounce pouch of Captain Black Cherry Aromatic, which is an extremely strong aromatic. And my taste buds have kind of changed a bit. The butternut burley supposedly will give you very little tongue bite. Extremely very little tongue bite. But in fact, that's true for the vanilla custard too. Both of those are light aromatics. And they're definitely both all-day smokes. The Captain Black Cherry Aromatic, I haven't touched that in months. I think I did one video where I smoked a bowl out of it, but I don't know. I never thought I'd ever want to try anything else or smoke anything else, and now I have like 12 different blends, some of them gifted to me by my subscribers. And I'm not asking for that, but if you choose to want me to try something and review it, you're more than welcome to contact me and send me a little bit, and I'll definitely enjoy it, I'm sure. So I'm now leaning more towards the Burleys and the Virginians blends, but still in the aromatic world, but the light aromatic world, and I'm sure that will change. Everything changes as time goes on. I hope that fire noise isn't too annoying for you guys. It's actually extremely relaxing to me. So I think we'll start with the new pipe and light that up. The Peterson Tankard. Yeah, that's a beautiful pipe, and I haven't done the honey treatment on it yet. Actually, the vanilla custard seems to be such high in a sugar level that even 3 or 4 bowls has already built up a lot of cake. So here we go with our 2 for Tuesday. We're going to talk about some awesome stuff tonight that I hope you guys and gals enjoy. I want to talk about goals, overcoming objections, getting over hurdles in life. We're all going to have hurdles. We're all going to have obstacles in life. And that's just the way it is. If we didn't have hard times or challenging times, to say the least, we would never be able to appreciate the good times. And a lot of the best times of our lives are when we overcome an obstacle or a hurdle in our life or achieve a goal, whether it be graduate from high school, get a degree in college, go to that interview at that job that you really want and you get it. And one of the first things that my parents taught me is to never bully anybody, which I never did, and always try to help others out. And I've done that all my life. I really have. And they said, my parents, this is, always surround yourself with good people. Well, I didn't always listen to that part of it, all right, because there's been points in my life where I've had many toxic people in my life. And then one day I had to decide, Paul, you have these toxic people in your life, meaning people that they're there to party with you. Yeah, if you're buying. But when the chips go down, when the crap hits the fan, they're nowhere to be found. I have friends right now that I've known for 40 plus years, and it's a very small handful of them, but I can call any one of those friends up that is one of those good people that I surround myself with, and I try to be a good person, so I try to be that person that my friends can surround themselves with, and I'm always there for them, no matter what. And those are the type of people that you want in your life. You want to keep drama and stress out of your life. People that constantly have drama can never fix their problems. The thing of it is that everybody is going to have obstacles and hurdles in their life. Nobody wants to be around somebody that sits and complains about them and says, "Woe is me," and doesn't even try to fix them when you help them. Nobody wants that. Actually, I was that person for a short period of time when my wife and I separated about 7 years ago. I would sit and complain and talk about all that stuff to anybody that would listen. And I did have some good friends that listened. But then I realized, hey man, complaining about it isn't going to do anything. As far as goals, everybody should have a goal in life to improve yourself, to get to the next level, to get what you want out of life that you think is going to make you happy. Or sometimes we have goals that we're trying to please somebody else. There's what you call short-term goals. It might be a goal that you want to achieve in a week, in a month, in a couple of months. And so you kind of plan that out. And the thing about goals, you may write down this roadmap or have it in your mind, and then things may change and you have to kind of shift gears. So if you have a goal, hey, I want to take a family member out to dinner next week, all right? You don't have to write that down. Just do it and get it done. I mean, but as far as real life goals, if you don't write your goals down, all they are is dreams. So, like for me, I have some certain goals that I want to achieve for my life, and I write them down. And then I write a little roadmap on how do I plan on getting there. And like I was sharing with you before, many times what will happen is things change in your plans, and then you have to reinvent your plan a little bit and adjust. You got to be willing to be able to shift gears. I did actually prepare a little bit for this 2 for Tuesday Smoke Together because I did want to talk about obstacles. There's a couple of different things in life. You have obstacles and you have hurdles. So basically is an obstacle, according to what Google says, and I'm going to read this for you. An obstacle is a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. The major obstacle to achieving that goal is money. So you may have a goal you might want a new truck. You might want to go to college. You might want to buy a new house. And many times money will stop that. But keep those goals realistic so the obstacles don't overcome you. Then I looked up what is a hurdle, and Google says A hurdle is an obstacle or difficulty. So, obstacle is a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. All right? A hurdle is an obstacle or difficulty. I think hurdles are much easier to get over in life than obstacles. Sometimes we create our own hurdles, meaning maybe you don't have the right attitude to get what you want done, whether it be with work or whatever. Who knows? Attitude has a lot to do with everything. And I looked up how to overcome obstacles on the internet, and here's what I had my own ideas on them, but here's what they came up with. Help others always. Don't complain, which we already talked about. Don't complain. And face your obstacles head on. Stay positive, which, as I shared with you before, attitude has everything to do with it. Break it down, which basically, you break it down, you look at, okay, how might I be able to get over this obstacle or hurdle in my life? And sometimes, like my son passing away, my last son that passed away, I've lost 2 in 3 years, I had to surrender for a while. I had to just, and I had a great I have a great employer that is like, you're taking a week off, then you're going to get 2 bereavement days and take a sick day. So it was a bunch of time, 9 or 10 days that I was paid for that I didn't work. So, and I sat here and I contemplated, how am I going to get over this? And it was an emotional obstacle because losing him was just the most horrible thing. I think the 2 most worst things that could ever happen to somebody in their life, number one would be to lose a child, and I don't care if they're 30 years old, they're still your child, or to lose a spouse, or divorce or separation, financial problems. All those are things that can really mess with you. And I've always learned in my life that no matter what obstacles or hurdles or whatever really bad things were thrown at me in my life that I didn't plan on, that I had to dig down deep within myself. And sometimes that took a time of surrender. I used to work with a Vietnam veteran. He was a Huey helicopter door gunner. All right. And so he joined the Army at 17, went to Vietnam. Didn't come home for 4 years. Just stayed there. And he would tell me, he says, sometimes, if things aren't going right in my day, and this is a guy that, he was a mentally tough individual. And physically, I wouldn't want to mess with him. He was freaking crazy. But he would say sometimes, if I'm having a bad day, I'll get towards the end of the day and I'll just be like, all right, I surrender to the day. Tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to go home, visit with my wife, watch a little TV, do whatever, relax, and tomorrow is a new day and a new fight. And that's what he taught me. And I really believe that. So after my last son passed away, I'm thinking, man, how am I going to deal with this? And I surrendered to every day for over a week. I would just stay up late at night. But I had very good people that I had myself surrounded with, that I had built up for many, many years, and I'm a good person to them too. They would come in and check on me. I had my son Paulie Jr., my 17-year-old. He stayed with me for a week. We'd stay up late at night, talk, and that was medicine for me. And after a while, I learned to think that my son that passed is just he's on vacation. He's on a trip. He's gone somewhere else, and I'll see him again, but just not right now. Not for maybe a while. I hope to live a long time. And then I had to reach down to myself, and I had to think, all right, you have still 4 sons and 4 daughters. That's 8. You have 8 grandchildren. You have 1 on the way. You have a wonderful woman in your life. You have a good job. I'm not getting rich there, but I'm doing okay. And I had to think about I had to count my blessings instead of my problems. But I did have to go through that time period of sorrow and mourning. And then slowly you're pulling yourself out of this dive. And a lot of people will turn to drugs and alcohol. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like my beer. But I haven't had an illegal drug in my system in over 20 years. Granted, I enjoy my beer, but I didn't want to fall into heavy alcohol use or any of that stuff, because I have these other people that I care about and I love. They don't want to lose me. And my family needs to stick together, and so that's what we did. And each day is getting better. I finally started to laugh. Last Friday I did a little short video, maybe some of you saw it, where I was grinding metal and said, I have a new pipe review. I got a notification that there's a new pipe in my mailbox. And it was a 1-minute rant. And I was laughing. And my girl was like, it's good to see you laugh, Paul. But when you go through times like that, or you have to go through obstacles and hurdles, you have to reach deep down inside yourself. Pull yourself up, you know? Yeah, because there's 2 ways that it can go. You can kick back, think about it, break it apart, figure out how to overcome it with a good support group, or you can let it beat you. You can let it drive you into the ground. There's a lot of homeless people that's happened to. People that went through something, whether they're veterans or whatever, where they had such bad things that they saw or felt they did. All of a sudden, they're living under a bridge. You know, they turn to severe alcohol use and drug use to numb the pain instead of relying on other good, positive people that you've put in that circle. All right? But look, we're all going to die. We're all going to go through things in our life that are hurdles and obstacles. That's never going to change. All right? Yeah, and yes, you can avoid paying taxes. All right? But those other things you won't be able to avoid. So, I've had a lot of loss in my life. I'm sure as many of you have. But you have to look at what you have, not what you've lost. And that's easier said than done at times. I remember being a young kid, and when up until October 31st, which was Halloween, 1974. I was 9 years old then. All the cousins, everybody, the whole family. We used to go to Grandpa's house, and he had a little farm. It was probably only about 5 acres, but he grew all these different strawberries and blueberries and blackberries and all kinds of great fruits and vegetables. He had a little garden side stand. That was his retirement. He retired from General Motors, so he didn't have to do that, but he was out there every day in his garden, and we used to love to go there every Sunday for dinner. And on Halloween in 1974, he was crossing the street to get the mail and hit by a truck and killed. And then after that, the family house that they owned was sold, and there was really my grandmother moved into a retirement community where they had retired people that lived in a trailer park. And so all those big family gatherings with 13 of my cousins and so forth, boom, was gone. And then in 1975, my birth father leaves, and I'm not complaining. So he leaves, and the family's just disintegrated. And all those great, I still have great memories of all that stuff. But you think when that happens to you when you're 9 or 10 years old, that's a kick in the crotch. And I'm sure a lot of you have been through that. But I found other things. I surrounded myself with good friends, attended a good church. So, overcoming obstacles, yeah. Don't complain. Face it head on. Try to stay positive. Accept support. Break the problem down. And overcoming actually gives us a good feeling of accomplishment when we can overcome something. It really does. If we didn't have bad days or bad times, we wouldn't know what good times were. Nobody, I don't care how much money you have, your life is not going to be all footloose and fancy free. And even people with a lot of money that are millionaires and billionaires, they have problems too. It's not about money, really. It isn't. We're all faced with challenges, and it's how we deal with them. So never ever give up. So we have my second pipe here, which I'm going to smoke briefly, that has the hazelnut in it. Yeah, that pipe's almost 100 years old. But get those toxic people out of your life. And when I say toxic people, it's people that they'll commiserate with you. Oh gosh, that's so horrible that happened to you. Or they always have drama in their life. Everything, every day is drama and all they do is complain. Or all they want to do is argue. Everything is negative to them. You don't want negative people in your life. Get rid of them. And You know, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, said that submit yourself to a higher power and ask your higher power for help. Well, that higher power for me is God, the Lord, and Jesus Christ. And he's watched over me. I probably should have been dead already 30 times from stuff I did in my 20s. But rely on that higher power, or God, however you want to refer it to. That hazelnut tastes good. So, I hope you've enjoyed our Tuesday night grab your pipe and smoke together. And I hope that maybe some of the things that I've studied and planned here, I hope that it can help somebody out. The secret is have a higher power that you can ask for help. Surround yourself with good, positive people. Get the negative people, the toxic people out of your life, the people that want to fight and argue, cause you drama. Misery loves its company is an old saying, older than this pipe, all right? And there's nothing wrong with accepting defeat temporarily until you can regroup and dig down within yourself to find out how to overcome. We all have it in us. We all have it in us. So, we're going on almost 33 minutes. This was a long one. I prepared a little bit. Hopefully, you folks enjoyed our Tuesday night smoke together, and hopefully some of the things that I've studied and shared with you can help you in life. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. I'm edging on almost 250 subscribers. I'm at 247. So, if you like my channel, share it with your friends. Hit the little bell, notification bell, so when I come out with a new video, you get notification of it. Anyways,